Om Shri Sai Ram. Adharam madhuram vadanam madhuram nayanam madhuram hasitam madhuram hridayam madhuram gamanam madhuram madhuradhipate rakhilam madhuram madhuradhipate rakhilam madhuram. Can you ever sing this song without a smile on your face? As you sing, automatically your heart begins to smile, isn't it? Even if you are sad and you want to sing this song, the moment you start singing, that sadness will be transformed into sweetness. Many years ago, when Swami was talking about Radha and her devotion to Krishna, Swami mentioned how Radha always could not bear that separation from Krishna and she would be pining for Krishna. And during that period when her heart is aching to see Krishna, she is singing these songs, all these outpourings are coming, filled with intense longing for Krishna. But even in those moments when there is so much of pain in the heart, the moment the word Krishna is uttered, or the moment when Krishna comes in that song, she is full of joy. She cannot utter the word Krishna without joy in her heart. That is the power of Radha's love for Krishna, and that is the magic of the name Krishna. Krishna means that joy, that jubilation, that thrill, that ecstasy, that feeling of fullness, that sweetness. Karshate iti Krishna. That is what Krishna is. That name itself enchants you. The name itself pulls you. And that name itself purifies you. Welcome to this Satsang on this beautiful, charming Lord of ours who incarnated again as Sai Krishna. Many years ago, someone had bought a beautiful statue of Lord Krishna. Bhagwan was in Brindavan, and Swami saw this idol. It was very nicely done. The carvings, the features were done in a manner that every facet of Krishna was coming out of the idol so beautifully. And so Swami was admiring at that idol. So Swami was telling the elders around, look at the eyes, look at the arms, look at the lips, look at the flute. Isn't it beautiful? And the devotees around Bhagwan says, yes Swami, it's so nicely done. A little distance away was standing Rajmata of Navanagar, a very, very revered devotee and someone for whom Swami was everything. Her life, her wealth, her existence was just Swami, and for her, Swami was the sum of all the gods. She grew up worshipping Krishna, and once she came to know about Bhagwan, Swami was Krishna for her. In fact, she used to call Swami as Kanha only. She never called Bhagwan as Swami or Sai or Baba, nothing. She always referred to Swami as Kanha. And she said, so Swami called her, hey Rajmata, bolo, kaisa hai? How is this statue? And Rajmata, in her sweet voice, she just kept looking at Swami and she said, Kanha, मेरा साई कृष्णा की तरह इस संसार में कुछ भी नहीं है. मेरे साई कृष्णा जैसा कोई भी सुंदर नहीं है, मेरे साई कृष्णा की तरह ये उतना सुंदर नहीं है भगवान। मेरा साई सुंदर जैसा कोई नहीं है, मेरा साई कृष्णा जैसा कोई नहीं है. And the way it came from her, Swami in fact apparently blushed and he went off inside the Brindavan. There was one Dr. N. Jayalakshmi who knew Mother Ishwaramma, and in those early days she once took a photograph of baby Krishna to Mother Ishwaramma. So this baby Krishna was squatting on the ground, and next to it was this pot of butter, and there was this beautiful cherubic smile, and she just showed this picture to Mother Ishwaramma, and the moment Mother Ishwaramma saw this picture, she said, yes, 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 Sathya also was like this only. Sathya also was shining like this, like the moon. Sathya also had curly hair like this. Sathya also had these well-formed muscles. Sathya also had these beautiful eyes. Sathya also had this golden complexion. Only the little difference is Satya's eyebrows would meet in the middle. And then she said, but what to do? We were poor. This Krishna is so beautifully decorated with so many jewels. We could not decorate our Satya with such jewelry. But otherwise, Satya looked like this only. We know when Swami was born, Mother Ishwaramma had already gone through a lot of pain as a mother. She had lost 3-4 children already, just like Devaki was going through a trauma in the jail. We know how the serpent came, Adishesha came to have darshan and to be part of the divine Leela. In the same way, we know how Adishesha came, providing that cover and having darshan of Bhagwan. And the most beautiful thing, when Krishna was born and when Satya was born, as soon as they were born, they didn't cry, they smiled. They rejoiced and they spread that joy. Everyone around only was in bliss because these children were here to fill our lives with Ananda. The divine had taken birth to only encourage that bliss that is there in us. When you think about Krishna and when you think about Sai Krishna, for every one Leela of Krishna that we have heard, there are so many of Sai Krishna. In fact, when Krishna came down now as Sai Krishna, he was even more charming, he was even more enticing, he was even more fascinating, he was even more miraculous, he was even more mesmerizing. Those who have seen Bhagwan at close quarters can relate to what I am saying. Let me take you to 1985. So that was the year when there was a very big event scheduled for Puttaparthi. It was the summer vacation. Bhagwan was in Brindavan. The students in Prashantanilayam, even though it was vacation, they all wanted to go to Brindavan. They wanted to spend their time with Swami. Nobody wanted to go home. Generally, if Swami is there, very few want to go home, because if you don't have the tension of studies, exams, assignments, that is the best time to be, because you can spend all your time with Swami in the mandir. You can make most of the opportunity of being with Swami. You can go for darshans in the morning, you can and in the evening, and spend as much time as possible in and around Swami. And so the boys were not going home. And the other reason why that year especially nobody wanted to go home was It was the 60th birthday celebrations year. And there were mega celebrations that were planned in the Hillview Stadium. In fact, probably that was the year when for the first time Hillview Stadium was being used, and there were 60 marriages, 60 adopted villages, 60 houses being constructed, 60 Upanayams being done. There were a lot of things planned, and already all these arrangements were in the air, and everybody wanted to be part of it. Nobody wanted to miss out to be part of this landmark occasion. And so nobody wanted to go home. Everybody was looking for what can I do, how can I be a part of this celebration. And so Swami said, okay, look boys, all of you go home, you come back early, and then I will give you work. We will adopt a village, we will start village work there, you go and come back. So that's what happened. The students went and spent little time with their parents, and they came back, and that was the year Swami had adopted 2 villages, Kamavaripalli and Amagondapalyam. And so Swami took all the students to these villages, and the students were from morning till evening really literally doing this fantastic social work, transforming the village, laying roads, cleaning the streets, digging soak pits, doing up the temple, whitewashing. So all that sheer manual hard work was going on, and Swami would be so happy with the boys. Every morning they would go. They had no chance to see Swami actually. They would work, and come back, and when they return in the evening, Swami would be waiting for them. And even though bhajans would be going on, Swami would not be sitting on the chair. Swami would be just continuously giving them something or the other, some fruit, some sweet. So you would come in and out of the bhajan hall like some 10 times. Just he wanted to spend time with them, fill their hearts with bliss for the work that they were doing. And so the student never, at that moment did not feel that they missed darshan, because Swami compensated for it in such a beautiful manner. So while all this was going on, suddenly one Sunday, Swami mentions that, look boys, the elders are suggesting that for the birthday celebration, there has to be a brass band. We have to have a band which will be part of the procession. And now everybody was eager. Can I be part of it? Can I be part of the first brass band? And the next morning, a few students find themselves in the interview room of Bhagwan. The first batch of the Institute Brass Band had been formed. No auditions, no election, no selection. It was just Swami ticking the names. That's it. The warden had taken the names of all the students who had stayed back, and Swami just picked a few names, and that was how the university brass band was formed. And Swami said, see, you have this opportunity. And Swami had already got the instruments, and there were trainers who were ready to get onto the job. And all of the students, they had no clue of music. None of them had any background of playing any instrument or singing, but they were the chosen ones. And Swami said, start the practice. And so these students would really slog it out. So their routine was like from morning 8:30 to 12:30 they would be practicing with these trainers, and they would have lunch, rest for a little while. 2:30 to 5:30 they will practice. There are no darshans for them. Rest for a little while, have the quick dinner, again practice from 7 till 10 in the night. It was only practice. So practicing to get familiar with the instrument, practicing how to play, practicing how to march, practicing how to march and play individually, then march and play in group, then do a slow march. So it was a Herculean task, but they were enjoying it, and it was going on very well. And Swami was every day eagerly looking forward to this group performing. So even though they were not getting the chance to come to Mandir, here was Bhagwan. Swami was so eager. So Swami would be coming. to see them. So every morning after the morning bhajan, all these students, the moment they know that it is 9:30, bhajans are over, even as they're practicing, one ear is on the road because this is waiting. Will Swami come today? Will Swami come today? And the best indication for them is Swami. If Swami is coming, is Sai Gita trumpeting. Sai Gita trumpeting will drown the sound of their own trumpets. And the moment they get Sai Gita signal, so they'll drop the instruments and go to the road and invite Swami to come into the hostel. And Swami would come to the hostel. Immediately they would assemble, they'd show their practice sessions, and Swami would spend so much time. Swami would be so encouraging. Swami would always bring some gifts for them, to talk to the trainers, and it was a beautiful love rhythm that was going on. And so it was one of these days, and the bhajans had got over, and the boys were expecting Swami to come, but there was no sign of Swami coming. And so they had practiced for 3 hours. So the boys just relaxed. They're sitting in the quadrangle, and the guy who was playing the kettle drum, he just got a call that there's a phone call for him, an outstation call. So he just dropped his sticks and he went to attend the call. Those days, no cell phones. You have to go to the phone booth in the hostel and take the call. So he went there, and even as he's busy and others are just stretching their limbs and calming their nerves, suddenly they're all startled because Swami is there in the quadrangle. Nobody had any clue. Even it was almost like there was an understanding between Swami and Sai Gita, perhaps. Nobody had any idea. It's almost as Swami just appeared there. And everyone is taken aback, and Swami is already standing there. So they're just running a helter skelter, trying to get their instruments and start the performance. And this guy who had gone to attend the phone call, he's coming back and he's picking up his kettle drum. But unfortunately, he's seeing that there's only one stick. The other stick is not there. He's frantically looking for that stick. He cannot find that stick. He's looking here and there. And the other's telling you, come, Swami's already there. Swami's waiting. He's like, I'm not getting the stick. Doesn't matter. You just come. Because Swami is already standing. We can't make Swami wait. So he doesn't know what to do. So he just rushes and he joins the group. And he has to start. But how does he start? And it is a march tune. So any tune that is for the march is generally starts with a crisp drum roll. How do you do the drum roll? He doesn't have the other stick, and he's standing there absolutely petrified, and everyone is saying, come on start, and he doesn't know what to do. He's fearing the worst. Such a pathetic situation. He's saying, I don't know what is going to happen to me. I'm going to be banned maybe from the band. I don't know whether I'll be sent out of the hostel. How can this happen? Swami is there. I am not able to. How could I be so careless? What is going to happen to me? The whole he was almost on the point of breaking down. He was at his wits' end. He didn't know what to do. He just started looking piteously at Swami. Ultimately, whom do we look at? He just looked at Swami, absolutely helpless, and Swami, please, you should do something. And Swami just smiles mischievously. Until then, one of his hand was behind. Swami takes that hand out, and there is the stick there. And Swami says, is this what you were searching for? Oh, Swami, how much more naughty can you be, Swami? What did you put us through? Oh my God. If you think about how nutcut Krishna was, you have no idea how much more mischievous Swami is and has been. And when you look at it, what was the problem? The problem was him. There was no problem. The problem was created by him. And where was the solution? The solution was him. And that is what happens in our lives too, isn't it? We think we have this problem. But There is no problem. The problem starts with him only. He is the source of the problem. He is the source of the solution. All we have to do is just look at him. We have to just look at him and Swami, please, what is this play now? What is this new play that you are enacting? I am nothing, Swami. You please find a solution. I am just surrendering to you, Swami. Please, you have to do something. And then he will mischievously smile and he'll say, oh, this is the solution that you wanted. All we have to do is just look at him, no matter what our problem is, because we know that there is no problem in our life which does not have a solution. And he is the one who has orchestrated that problem. We are nothing. If we tell Swami, this is your problem, you are the solution, I know nothing other than you, then we'll see how Swami will smile and so beautifully fill our life with a thrilling moment. All we have to do is just say, Swami, it is all your play. I am just a toy. Fill me with your joy. That's all I want. There was one student who was a very eloquent speaker. Swami would give him the opportunity to speak on so many occasions. He was a singer too. So generally he would start his speech with a song or a shloka, and then he would go on elaborating with different instances. And so in fact, this student had got so many opportunities. He would be spending most of his time preparing speeches than preparing for his examinations. And there was this important occasion when Swami had told him to speak. So this was a scheduled talk. So this brother, that day before the talk, he went to Bhagavan and he took namaskar, and Swami blessed him very nicely. And he went to the podium and he started his talk. And as he began, he sang the poem. And after that, he was searching for something. Because what he had done was, after that, the points that he was going to speak, he had put down in a little paper and he had kept that in his pocket. So he thought, after I start the singing, I'll just take this paper and I'll look at the points, and then it is cakewalk for me. And he put his hand into in his pocket, and he's not able to find that paper. And now he's searching, did I keep it in my trouser? Did I keep it in the other shirt pocket? Where is it? And he's getting disoriented because he's not able to find that paper. So what do you do? Swami's sitting next to you. So he just looked at Swami, and to his utter amazement and horror, he's seeing that Swami is comfortably seated with that little paper in his hand, and he's looking at Swami. Swami, what is this? And Swami looks at him. Speak. Why do you need this paper? So what had happened was, when this boy did namaskar, he bent down. At that point in time, Swami so sweetly pickpocketed, took this paper out of his pocket. He had no clue. And now Swami is telling him, why do you need? And the moment he looked at Swami and Swami said, you speak. He says, after that moment, I went on, and it was one of my best speeches, because now I was not depending on this paper. I was depending on the source of all knowledge that is there in all the papers of the world. And you feel like, Swami, why don't you do this? You do this again, Swami. You pick my pocket. That is the biggest thing that you can do, Swami. That is what gives me joy. Just like the Gopikas told, so Krishna, you please steal that butter. Just like Swami stole the drumstick, and it gives so much thrill. When you listen to this Leelas, the Gopikas are all the time telling Krishna, please, we want you to steal. We want you to come to our houses and take the butter, Swami. Krishna, because that will be another occasion for us to go to Nanda's house and ask for you and have one more darshan. In fact, you will feel sad if Krishna does not steal, isn't it? They'll feel sad. What's wrong with me that today Krishna did not steal butter from my house? What is wrong with me that Swami stopped playing with me? We want to be looted by Swami. We want to be picked by Swami, who will be pickpocketed by Swami. Because only those are the moments when you know that he is the director and you are nothing. You are just a puppet. And when you know that he is the one who is creating these problems for you, you know that he will solve it in such a enthralling manner that he'll only fill you with joy. So many years ago, there was this occasion when Bhagwan was in Ooty, and Swami had his school there in Ooty, and there were little children. So one boy apparently had a Tetra Pak, and one day there was this big noise, tub noise, and Swami asked, where did this noise come? And this one boy very sheepishly told Swami, just drank this Tetra Pak, and then we put air into the Tetra Pak so that it was all puffed up, and we blew air, and then you put it down and you stamp on it, and then you have this tub noise. And when the boy did that, Swami was so excited, like a child. He said, oh, very nice. And then Swami ordered so many Tetra Paks. Swami went to a different batch of students, and Swami gave them Tetra Paks, and they all they drank the juice there. And then Swami asked one of the boys, what are you going to do with this? Swami will put it in the dustbin. He said, no, don't put it in the dustbin. I will tell you what to do with this. And Swami calls this boy from the other group and tell them what you did. And so this boy showed how you can blow air into the Tetra Pak and how you can put it down and you can burst the Tetra Pak. And so he said, you can do this. So now every student was doing this. They finished their juice, they're blowing into the Tetra Pak, and now the whole room was a festival of Diwali because it's full crackers bursting there. And once the whole celebration happened, that Swami quietly slipped out of that room, and the teachers came there. What is this nonsense going on? Who is the master behind this indiscipline? Who taught you this? What are you doing? Why are you getting so much noise? And the students said, the little fellows said, Madam, Swami only taught us how to do, and Swami only told us to do. And what can the teachers do? They also started smiling. Who are they to come in between the fun and the joy that Swami has lit? That is how Bhagwan is. Every moment with him was this joy. Every moment with him was this Krishna moment. Every moment with him was this jubilation moment. In the early days, when people, you'd come to Swami in the Pathamandiram days, there was Sakama. The Sakama, a very, very revered devotee, and she was a big industrialist, but she loved Swami so much, and she always thought of Swami as her own child. And so she said once to Swami, you're not well, you have to take this tablet. And Swami said, okay. And so Swami, in front of her, took the tablet, and she walked off, with a triumphant smile. She was able to make Swami take that medicine. The moment she left, Swami looked at all the people around, and then Swami just shook his robe, and the tablet just rolled down onto the ground. Another occasion, and Sakama was telling Swami, you must rest. Swami went to his room. Swami arranged the pillows in such a manner that as if somebody was sleeping there, he covered the blanket nicely, and Swami slipped out. He loved to be in the mountains. He loved to be in the caves. He loved to be with his playmates. In those days, very, very conservative mindset. You generally not find couples even talking to each other, couples together. So once Swami sees that this husband and wife, they were sitting and talking to each other uh, in whispers. So Swami goes from behind and Swami takes the one end of the sari of this lady, and Swami takes one end of the dhoti of this person, and Swami ties it and runs away. Nobody had any idea, and after some time when they get up, they cannot move. They are stuck to each other, and the amount of joy that Swami got by seeing them in that funny situation. How many more such tales are there from the Pathamandiram days? For every one Leela of Krishna, as I said, that we have heard, there are hundreds and thousands of such tales that happened in the 40s and 50s, and Swami was that Krishna. Everybody wanted, Swami, you please play with me, you please steal my heart, you please pickpocket me, Swami. That is what we want. And that is what we sing, right? Chitta chora Yashoda ke bal, Chitta chora Yashoda ke bal, Navaneet chora Gopal. So we want, Swami, you please steal me, Swami. Nothing can give you more happiness. And that is how it was with Bhagwan in the Dwaparoga. That is how it is with Bhagwan now. And the people who lived with Swami experienced that nectar, that joy. And you don't need anything more than this. If the Lord can steal your heart, if you are stolen by Him, that is the greatest liberation. That is the greatest joy. You don't need any more sadhana, actually. What did Meera, Radha, what did they do? They just wanted Krishna to steal them. And they were stolen. Surdas was stolen. The whole world ridiculed them. Society abused them, but they were in bliss. They were in joy. Swami says in Prema Vahini, more than the karma marga, bhakti marga, jnana marga, you have all these beautiful paths of connecting with the Lord, attaining moksha. But the most highest of all the margas is the marga of joy. Swami says, if you have joy, if you have enthusiasm, if you are smiling, that is the greatest. There is no path higher than that. And how to be like that is what Krishna showed us. How to be ever smiling. That is what Swami showed us. We know how when Swami went to primary school and everyone was worried that the hot water fell on Swami, Swami said, I had the first bath. Any situation, he was the one who converted every tragedy into an opportunity of delight. That is what he has done in our lives. He continues to do in our lives. So if every moment becomes for us a moment of joy, a moment where we are enthusiastically smiling because He is there with us. Because every time we have pain, we know that He's carrying us. He's carrying us. There was this piece of bamboo. This piece of bamboo, which is on the banks of Yamuna, would always watch the gopikas and these gopalas so nicely having fun, frolicking with Krishna. And this bamboo would always think, can I not be like them? Why am I fixed to this place? Can I not also partake that joy? Can I also not be part of that bliss that these gopikas and gopalas are having with Krishna? Why am I denied of that? And this bamboo would always be praying, Krishna, please make me also. I also want to be part of you. I also want to experience that joy. I also want to experience that bliss. Give me also that chance. So when it continued to pray and pine for Krishna, they say one day Krishna came along that side and Krishna picked that bamboo and Krishna said, you always want to be with me, right? Yes, Krishna, I want to be always with you. And Krishna says, see, if you want to always be with me, then certain modifications I have to do in you. Are you okay? I will have to mold you in a different manner. Only then you can be with me. Are you okay? The bamboo says, sure, I want to be with you, Krishna. I don't mind. Just take me off from here. If I am with you, no problem. And Krishna says, are you sure? Yes, yes, Krishna. Okay, it might be a little painful. No problem, Krishna. Please do what you want. And so Krishna takes a little saw and starts tearing that bamboo. That saw starts to make holes, bore holes into that bamboo pipe. And yes, it is painful. The bamboo had never experienced that any time before. Somebody is boring into itself. And Krishna is asking, are you okay? You want me to continue? The bamboo says, yes, Krishna, there is no problem. If I'm there with you, I have no problem. I'm there in your palm. Do whatever you want. Okay. So Krishna finishes making one hole. And Krishna says, I know it must have been very difficult for you. Do you think you can handle this? But if you want to be with me, then these changes I have to do. No problem, Krishna. Please go ahead, Krishna, please. Krishna says, I'm not done yet. No problem. And Krishna takes the saw once again and begins to tear, begins to hit, begins to bore. And the bamboo is still smiling. The bamboo says, as long as I am in your palm, Krishna, I have no problem. Sure? Yes, Krishna. Please go on. And Krishna does once again. Never before it had experienced that much pain. Krishna told, see, I know it is something that you have never gone through before. I can stop it. You think you can manage? Krishna, why are you asking me this question? I told you, do whatever you want. But my only condition is you don't put me down. If I am there in your palm. I am there in your arm. I don't care what you do. Just don't drop me. That's all I ask. Do whatever you want. Okay. So Krishna moves on, makes the fourth hole, makes the fifth hole. And Krishna is telling, see, look at yourself. You are such a nice, clean, straight bamboo. And now there are so many perforations. You are not as beautiful as before. I know I have disfigured you. I can stop it now. Take a call. It's no problem. Krishna, please don't. Why are you again asking me this? I told you. If I am there in your palm, you can do whatever you want. Just don't put me back in the tree. Don't drop me back on the ground. If you're carrying me, I have no problem. And Krishna goes on and makes the sixth hole. The seventh hole, the bamboo has experienced at the physical level, a trauma that it never ever thought it can even handle. But at the emotional, spiritual level, the bamboo is very happy. It is smiling all the while. It is enthusiastic because it knows that it's my Krishna who is doing these holes. It is my Krishna who is actually molding me. It is my Krishna who is reshaping me. Krishna is not breaking me. My Krishna is making me, is remaking me. No problem. 7 holes are done. And Krishna asks, how are you? And the bamboo says, Krishna, don't ask. Go on, you make how many ever more holes you want. Krishna says, no, I am done. I am done. I don't need any more holes. Now see what I will make out of you. And Krishna then takes that bamboo with 7 perforations and puts it onto his lips, and out emerges a tune which filled this bamboo with so much joy, indescribable joy, that everything that he had gone through, every pain, everything just melted away in that one moment. What seemed like hours and hours of pain just disappeared. Now it is just bliss. It almost seemed like I didn't go through anything only. That is nothing. And now it had the chance to be on Krishna's lips all the time. Be on lips or hips all the time. When people looked at Krishna, they looked at the flute too. When people worshipped Krishna, they worshipped the flute too. They called Krishna Vamsi Krishna. If whatever happens, if you tell Swami, I know this is not a hole. You are making me whole, Swami. This is not a hole in my life. I am okay. You do whatever you want. As long as you are carrying me. I know you are carrying me. I know this is the best thing that can happen to me. I know what you will make out of me is something so beautiful that I will forget everything, Swami. If that joy, with that spirit of joy, if we can handle life situations, imagine from where to where we will become. Every person who has interacted with Professor Kasturi, they will tell you that Professor Kasturi was always beaming with smile. You ask anyone who has interacted with Professor Kasturi from those days, 70s, 60s, 80s, the only memory they have of him is his twinkling smile, his joyous face, his welcoming countenance. That is how people remember Kasturi. Do you know how many holes was there in that bamboo that is Kasturi? Everyone might think he's a translator, biographer, he's the writer, editor, he was close to Swami all that time. Do you know that Professor Kasturi's wife was paralyzed for 11 years? Do you know that Professor Kasturi's young son, when he was just going into a promising adult, is hardly 15, 16, he suddenly passed away from mysterious disease. Professor Kasturi turns 85. And finally, his son comes back. His son, who's a scientist, he retires and he comes back. And now father and son, they are so happy because finally they're getting time to spend time with each other. And they are going to cities and they are singing the Sai Katha, the Sai Bhagavatam. Both of them very talented in literature, in music. And they are doing this. And even as they are doing this, suddenly one day, his son disappears. His son passes away. And Professor Kasturi only says, doesn't matter. His station had come, so he got down. When my station comes, I will get down. Does anyone know that Professor Kasturi's daughter had marital problems right from the time she was married? Her marriage was always in the rocks. But no one has even an inkling that this is what is there behind that smile of Professor Kasturi. In fact, one day, Padma Kasturi goes and tells to her father, Father, I'm not able to understand you. See, when my children come from Bangalore, you talk to them so nicely. You spend hours with them. You it's like you love them so much. So endearingly you spend time with them. But there are so many times when I feel that you're so removed from all of us. You're so detached. So I don't know what you are. Suddenly you are so attached. Suddenly you are in some other world, not among us. I can't understand. And Professor Kasturi says, see, I duped you also. That is the drama. I said, I am not attached to anyone. That is a drama. Everything in life is a game. You tell Swami, it is all your game. I am just a toy. You fill me with joy. Whatever joy you fill me with, that is perfect. Again, Padma Kasturi one day goes to Professor Kasturi, who just returned from a talk that he had given to devotees. And on that day, she was feeling so pained about all this trauma that she had to go through and her family has been going through. And she just rants it out to her father. She says, what is this, father? You go around every day giving all these talks about Swami's compassion, Swami's love. You tell Swami did this for this person, Swami rescued this farmer, and Swami came and saved this fisherman. You tell Swami helped this businessman. You go on telling all these stories from India to Australia to America that Swami is doing this, Swami is doing this. Look at what Swami has done for you. Look at your own family. Your wife is paralyzed. Look at my marriage. Why are you going and telling all these stories? And Professor Kasturi says, Padma, you can think whatever you want to think. As far as I am concerned, I will never go and tell Swami anything about me or my family, my daughter, my son. I know he is God. I know whatever he does is perfect. If anything that had to be done, he would have done. I know that everything in my life is happening as per his design. I don't have to go and tell him anything. And why should I think that it is only my son, my daughter? When Swami blesses that fisherman, I am happy. When Swami blesses that potter, I am happy. When Swami blesses that businessman, I am happy. I don't want the Swami should bless only me, my son, my daughter. When he blesses anyone, Swami blesses me. You can think whatever you want. As far as I am concerned, it is all his game. I have no complaints. Professor Kasturi, such a person, one morning when he was just walking out of the room, that was the time when Professor Anil Kumar had come to Puttaparthi for the first time. And, he had come with 4 children and all little ones. The eldest was 5 years old. So all infants and toddlers. And, he was frantically looking for water. It was sometime in the 70s. And everybody was rushing for darshan. And he saw Professor Kasturi coming out of his room. And he didn't know Professor Kasturi. He just wanted water. So he just told, sir, uh, I have come from Guntur. I am a professor. I have come with my children. My children need water. Can you please give me some water? Professor Kasturi, while everyone was rushing for darshan, and Professor Kasturi is the one who has to be there in the darshan, because it is him whom Swami will see first in the morning. But he said, okay, don't worry. He went, he got that water, and he gave Professor Anil Kumar, and he said, don't worry, I know this is what will make my Swami happy. This is what Swami would want me to do. This is what will bring a smile on Swami's face. Even if I go late for darshan, no problem. I know this is what will delight my Swami. That enthusiasm to serve, that enthusiasm to constantly not only smile but be there to make someone else smile. That is what is life. I think that is what is divine life. And all these people are these beautiful flutes that Swami crafted for all of us to learn from. Life of Professor Kasturi, Ratanlal. You take Raman Rao, you take any of these people's life, you will find that all of them have had beautiful holes in their life, beautiful holes that Swami really bore in their life. He converted them into flutes. He made them beautiful flutes who sang his glory, who became exemplars of his story, who told us how, no matter what, you can smile. No matter what, you can be ever enthusiastic to serve. No matter what, you can ensure that the moment you think about Swami, you are joyful. When Swami told Raman Rao, I'm coming to your house today in Hyderabad. I have come to Hyderabad. Raman Rao said, Swami, why you have to come to my house? Swami, there's no need. You will just bless my children. Go to the stadium, Swami. There's so many people will benefit. No need to come to my house. Without even thinking. That's what came out of his mouth. We don't need to do any greater sadhana to attain Bhagavan. In fact, I feel this is the most enjoyable, the easiest, the most delightful way to attain the Lord. Be always joyful. Be always enthusiastic. And look at the way Swami smiles. Look at the way Swami filled all our lives with that enthusiasm to serve. If constantly we can tell Swami, I am just a toy. Fill my life with your joy. Swami, I am absolutely nobody. I know you are in control. When you are in control, I know everything that will happen in my life will only lead me on to a new journey of love and happiness. Oh Krishna, I don't want anything other than this Trishna, this thirst for your joy. If we can constantly pray for this and live that joy, live in that enthusiasm, live in that smile, I think there is no greater gift that we can offer to Bhagavan, and there is no better way that we can divinize our lives. Madhura Madhura Sai Naam, Madhura Madhura Sai Dhyana, Madhura Madhura Sai Naam, मधुर मधुर साई गीता, मधुर मधुर साई बोध, सुंदर सुंदर साई रूप, जयतु जयतु साई कृष्ण, जयतु जयतु साई कृष्ण। मधुर मधुर साई नाम। Praying that from this Janmashtami we will fill our lives with this sweetness, with this richness of His joy, His enthusiasm, His smile, and convert every moment of our life into a just moment. Every moment in our life should become a yes moment for smile, yes moment for enthusiasm, yes moment for joy. Convert every sigh moment into a yes moment of joy, enthusiasm, and smile. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.